What's up? It's the roll call. I am Will.
JP.
I'm Phil.
Today we're doing The Promise. All right,
I liked
guys.
it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I thought there was a little bit more action gonna be in it from the previews I saw, but
That's how they suck you in.
oh yeah,
The movie is it's during World War I in Turkey and Armenia, and it documents the Armenian Genocide. Oscar Isaacs and Charlotte LeBon are Armenians. Christian Bale is American.
Yeah.
He was an American AP reporter embedded during World War I.
Trying to expose.
Yeah, trying to expose the Armenian Genocide, which the Turkish government still refuses to admit ever
funny.
happened.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
We didn't do it.
Christian Bale was either married or engaged to
I
Charlotte
didn't even
LeBon.
think they were like engaged. I think
Yeah, they were just together.
like
Yeah.
boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, and Oscar Isaacs is a medical student
They're
in.
partners.
Yeah, he's a medical student in Constantinople, modern day Istanbul. And then war breaks out.
Yeah.
War
And
were
then
declared.
Oscar Isaac gets taken captive
Mm-hmm.
and forced to work at like a concentration camp. He gets out, goes home. It was all right.
No.
I'm not impressed.
Well, I'm not impressed, but I didn't hate it.
The thing I liked the least, unfortunately, was Christian Bale.
Yeah.
I didn't
He's-
like any of them. to be honest.
I liked Oscar Isaacs. I always do. Christian Bale I don't know. He didn't seem as good as he's been in other things.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, mine too. Which is again why I was so
That's- yeah.
disappointed.
Me too. That's one of the reasons I'm not too crazy about this movie.
Honestly, if they could have survived, the movie would have been fine without Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Without his character. If you took him out, everything would pretty much still go the same way. Kind of like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaacs and Charlotte LeBon's characters, their relationship, that was interesting. Because you still had his wife and all that. See, and that's what I love. That part of the story I liked.
Yeah.
That was the most interesting part of the story. Whenever it diverted and all of a sudden we're with Christian Bale, I don't really care.
But
He
then
was just
there's-
such a weird part. Like he.
Yeah, it was.
It's like he was mad. Are you mad or do you not care? Like I couldn't tell. Like honestly, like
How many times did we go back and forth?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's gonna kill
yeah.
Oscar Isaacs now. That's what he's gonna do.
It's like that dude is blatantly trying to bang your girl, and your girl is blatantly trying to bang him.
Didn't try, succeeded.
Well, I know,
Yeah.
but in the beginning, and they're doing it like in front of Christian Bale, and then like yeah, they hook up or whatever, and then at the end of the movie, they have this like weird bond that they've formed between like two men that love the same.
Well,
woman.
see, that I could almost understand.
It's like,
not as quickly
Yeah,
as it happened.
yeah.
But
I don't know.
they both loved her. She died. You got to have someone with you to connect with.
I don't think it would happen that quickly, but I could
Exactly.
see something like that forming over time.
Yeah, over time, absolutely.
But what?
You mean to tell me that if you were dating a girl and the dude she cheated on with, and then she died, you'd be like, "I love you, man."
Not right
Love you.
away.
No.
you'd
But if
fucking
like
kill him.
We saw one snippet 10 seconds after she died. If you're in that moment of grief, you need someone there to make that connection with. Maybe they didn't talk to each other again for a while, and that grew over time. Because that's all we see, and then all of a sudden it's 10 years later, 20 years later.
and they just said we lost him
Yeah.
during the.
So it could have been, 5 or 6 years, and they bonded over. See, clearly he still loves Anna all those years later.
When they introduced him into the story, it seemed like he was gonna be like one of those
Yeah.
overbearing, jealous types.
Which is probably why they changed it.
And yeah,
Throw off the stereotypes.
and then
But it's not
like,
even a jealous type, dude. If it's your girlfriend kissing somebody else,
I'm not, but
you're
he
not supposed to do that.
I know, and he was jealous, but that's what I'm saying. Their connection could have happened over
I'm
time.
not talking about their connection.
not at the
I'm talking
end.
about his relationship with her
beginning.
in the beginning.
Yeah, and he was pretty pissed about that.
Yeah, but he didn't do anything about it.
I would rage.
I know, but he was going to, and then things interrupted him. It wasn't like he was just like, fuck it. Remember, he went out to go chase after them, and then he had to go file his story. He had to go argue with them, and then they were going to get killed by the Turkish army.
The story.
But he did.
He didn't have to.
But no, I'm saying, but he did file his story.
He didn't have to.
I know that.
So if he didn't file it, well, I don't know. I would think the cheating girlfriend would be more important to me.
Apparently, him reporting the Armenian Genocide was more important to him.
Pick and choose, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Not everyone is possessive as you. Maybe the job was more important. But it is.
But it's not, though. It's I don't want to be cheated on.
Which
like
is
any other person.
I'm not saying it's a negative thing, but that's being possessive. It's not a negative, but it's being possessive.
Yes, it is. It's just the definition of the word. It's yours, right? You're saying it's yours, don't touch mine?
We can't edit this out.
No, I'm saying you don't cheat on people that you're in a committed relationship with. I know. That's not possessive. Possessive would be like, if you break up with me, I'm going to kill you. No, but see, you're not listening to what I'm saying, JP. Oh, yeah, you're not listening to me.
That is a negative possessive manner. What you just said. The other way of just, I want my girlfriend to cheat on me is being possessive, but not in a negative way. Okay. I guess I'm possessive then. I was saying some people, everyone is possessive in some way. Some people aren't as possessive as others.
It's like whoever was with her at the time.
It's who she loved. Because she got over Christian Bale and went with Oscar Isaacs. And then Oscar Isaacs got kidnapped. She went back to Christian Bale.
Thought he died.
Yeah, thought he died. Was still with Christian Bale.
Yeah, but she wasn't like over him when she found out he died.
She was never
she
over him,
she was all
she-
sobby and shit.
She was sobby, but she went right back to Christian Bale.
What are you gonna
Like,
do?
well, yeah, it's like, all right, well, now you're good enough. Oh, wait, he's back? Well, never mind. Oh, wait, but you're back? Okay. When he told her he had a wife and she got pissed and stormed out, it's like, you cheated on your boyfriend.
Yeah, but
with
he
him.
knew she was cheating. She didn't know that he had someone else. He did know.
Oh, my God. I'm sitting there and it's like, really?
Yeah.
Like, you fucking hypocrite?
Yeah.
Like, it's only okay to cheat if I do it, all right?
I felt like the whole movie, the original. I have a feeling that the first cut of that movie was around 3 hours, maybe more, and they cut out a lot, and they shouldn't have. Again, I enjoyed the movie, so I would have sat there for 3 hours if they had filled the story.
I just wanted a little more.
There was
Well, that's what I'm
definitely
saying.
some parts that felt
Mm-hmm.
unfulfilled. Thing I thought was super cool though was the when they kind of like stood their ground in the mountains and like only had like 6 broken guns and like destroyed that first wave, and then that guy went back to his like commander and was like, "There's hundreds of them. They have snipers and artillery, and they're everywhere surrounding us." After the battle, they picked up their guns.
Mm-hmm.
They never do that shit in movies. It's like, we need weapons, and they kill a bunch of people, and then they just leave the guns there.
John Wick.
Yeah.
I didn't like at the end when it said 4,000 people were rescued from the beach that day, because at no point when they showed those
Yeah,
refugees,
there was not 40,000.
there was nowhere near that. There was maybe like
hundred.
a couple hundred actors there. Yeah, I think that it would have changed the suspense a little bit if there were thousands there as opposed to hundreds.
I think my 2 biggest complaints are that I could see the longer, better movie that they cut, and unfortunately, Christian Bale was the least strong of the cast,
Yeah.
which is shocking. It's Christian Bale.
At that war scene at the end when like the boats came and he was like, "Where is he?" And she's like, "He's up there." It's like, "Oh, he's gonna kill him and say the bad guys got him."
Or I thought he was just going to go up there, Oscar Isaac was going to rescue everyone, and then Christian Bale was going to get shot.
Yeah.
I thought Christian Bale was done for.
I did not in a million years see her die.
No, neither did I.
At all.
That's why I thought it was going to be Christian Bale. I was like, all right, he's going to go save her, and she's way too far away. She's like Wilson.
I assumed it would be one of the two.
I hate when things are a little too convenient in movies.
Yeah, he just happens to be on the French fleet.
Yeah,
That goes exactly to the same exact
Yeah, right, yeah.
It's
mountain
like-
range where they just happen to be.
Yeah, it's a little fucking bay, and it's how, of all the places for the French to show up,
Yeah.
they're just like, let's go to the base of this little tiny mountain. I said out loud, and they were like, really?
Oh yeah, there was several moments where it was a little too convenient.
Yeah. There were parts in this where the drama was a little too much, and not necessarily the acting, because like Oscar Isaacs was good, but like the writing, I don't know, it was a little too much.
Well, it was like you said, kind of like Pearl Harbor, intentionally tugging at the heartstring when it didn't really need to.
Yeah,
they could have just
exactly.
let the story play out as it was, and it had enough emotion to it.
I'm gonna get a 6.75.
I'm gonna go 7.
Pain in the ass. It's just funny.
I can't give it a 7.
7.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with JP. I think I'm going to go with a 7. I don't want to go too much over that.
No.
But I think, I don't know, to me a 6 is too low. Because I did enjoy it. I
No,
enjoyed the
liked
movie.
it. I liked it. But my issues were enough to where I wouldn't go any higher than a 7.
Yeah, a solid 7.
Like I said, I'm not in any rush to see it again. I'm not going to buy it.
Well, if someone tells me that there's a different cut of the movie that puts more in or takes Christian Bale out, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do what we do with episode 2. I'll get it on Blu-ray and just skip over Christian Bale's scenes by himself.
Next week, Guardians.
Oh yeah, baby!
Finally.
Guardians of the Galaxy is
You gotta watch the
next.
first one.
I'm Phil.
JP.
Will.
Peace. I would have loved it if there was a System of a Down song on the soundtrack. Like if they had done the ending song instead of Chris Cornell.
That was Chris Cornell.
Yeah, it was.